Dear students, today let us learn the new problem on earthwork of roads. In this case, we have a ground level with transverse slope. In the previous problems, we had a ground level with transverse slope as 0. There was no transverse slope. Let us see what is this transverse slope means. This is called transverse slope. The previous problems are with the case of where the ground level is straight. You can observe where the ground level is normal without transverse slope. But now we have to work out the earthwork calculation when the ground level is of this transverse slope. Here we need to form a road. If this is the case, how the earthwork calculation should be, that is the new type of problem which we are going to learn now. In this case, there are two cases. One is when the problem is with fully banking or fully cutting, and the other with partially banking and partially cutting. We have two different types of formulas for this. So if we come to the case of fully banking and fully cutting, let us assume this transverse slope, or this transverse slope is also called as cross slope. Let us consider that as r is to 1. Let us call this is the transverse slope of ground level. This is the transverse slope where the ground is not straight. Let us call this slope as r is to 1. R is horizontal and 1 is vertical. Side slope of the banking or cutting is as usual s is to 1 here. Side slope. This is the side slope and this is the transverse slope. Don't get confused. This is the transverse slope. This is the transverse slope of ground level and this is the side slope of our renovated work. That is whether it may be a cutting or banking, that whatever we have created, that is r is to 1, sorry, s is to 1, and whatever the natural ground level was there, that slope is called as r is to 1. Let us call like that. Then height of the bank or depth of cutting at the center as usual d. Formation width is capital, this is the d, formation width. In this case, we are using the small b in the formula, you can observe. This small b is half of formation width capital B, always. Only in case of transverse slope, we are considering the half of the formation level in the formula. So it may be a banking or cutting. The area of this will be given by SB square plus R square into 2BD plus SD square divided by R square minus S square. This is the case of when there is fully banking and fully cutting. So S remains constant. If it is banking, whatever the slope is given, that has to be substituted here, and small b is equal to capital B divided by 2. R is the transverse slope and D is the depth. Whatever H is written here, that is actually D, depth. This is what we need to use. When the ground is having the partially cutting and partly banking, banking or cutting, whatever. If it is partial, then we need to use the following method. If this is the case, when we have the cross slope of R is to 1 and we have a banking as S is to 1 slope, and for a cutting it will be P is to 1, let us call like this, and you can observe all these details here. If this is the case, then area of banking should be considered as half into B plus RD whole square by R minus S, and cutting should be R minus, same formula. For banking it should be positive and for cutting it should be negative, and S is the slope of the banking and P is the slope of the cutting. There are still few complications here. Based on these complications, there are no problems. So just have a look on this about the formulas. We will be usually using this one. Okay. Okay, let us start the problem on this. We have two problems to solve it. So now in the first problem on transverse slope, the ground level at various chainages along the center line of a proposed road is given at a distance of 30-meter interval. They have taken the RL, they have given. The ground has a uniform cross slope. This is how you should indicate whether the ground is in transverse slope or not. If they have mentioned the cross slope, the ground has uniform cross slope like that, if they have mentioned, then you can think that it should be of transverse slope and you have to use a different formula like this. So 1 in 8 is the R value is 8 in this problem, and the chain is a then they have used the 30-meter chain, and the road formation is proposed at uniform gradient passing through the ground level at end chainage with formation width as 8 meter, that is capital B value is 8 meter, and side slope in cutting as 1:1. So you can observe they have not given the formation slope, formation level of whether it is in rising gradient or falling gradient, they have not mentioned, but they said the road formation is proposed at uniform gradient passing through they have mentioned the road formation is proposed at uniform gradient passing through the ground levels at end chainages, means the formation, the RL of the formation at first point is 180.5 and the RL of the formation at the last point should be 186.5 and it should be of uniform gradient they have mentioned. So let us see how it is. The difference of the level, we need to find out the slope, that is whether it is rising or falling, that we need to find out like this. The difference of level between the two end points, that is first point is 180.5 and the last point is 186.5. If we subtract both, the difference in the level is 6 meter and the distance is 120 and the difference is 120. I'll just draw the diagram. If you plot a graph like this, at the first chainage point, there is a RL of 180.5, that is at the 0th point. At 120-meter distance, there is an RL of 186.5. If you take the difference in the ground level would be 6 meters. There is a difference in ground level of 6 meter and the distance would be 120 meter. Distance is 120 and height difference is 6 meter. So to get the slope, you can work out like this. 6 divided by 120. You will get 1 in 20. If you have a fraction like this, you have to get the ratio like this. You should not simplify further with the decimals. So you can see that there is a rising gradient of 1 in 20 from 0 to 120 distance. If that is the case, for every 30 meter, it says there is a rise of 1 meter at every 20 meter intervals. A rising gradient of 1 in 20 means there is an increase of 1 meter at every 20 meter interval. But we have a chainages, we need the RLs at every 30 meter. So if you work out 30 by 20, you will get 1.5 meter. That means at every 30 meter interval, there is a rise of, at every 30 meter interval, there is a rise of 1.5 meter. That means you have to keep increasing the previous value with 1.5 meter. You have to keep increasing because it is of a rising gradient. Now, If you calculate this RL, to calculate this table, distance, RL of ground level as usual, to get the RL of formation, we know that the formation level should pass through the ground level. That is the first point RL of the formation and the last point should be same as RL of ground level. So first point should be increased with 1.5, that is 180.5 plus 1.5 will be 182 and plus 1.5 will be 183.5 and as usual. And you can observe after 185, if you increase with 1.5, you will arrive at the same value of the RL 186.5. So depth of cutting is RL of formation minus ground level. Do it. You should get the RL of the, sorry, if you should get the depth that first and last point should be 0 since they have mentioned. So now let us plot a graph for this whole data. If you plot a graph, you will get like this. This is the RL of for ground level, and you can observe as the data says at the first point and the last point the RL of formation should be same as ground level. So 180.5, see, it means it should pass they said the formation level should pass through the ground level, the end pass through the end chain edges. They both are end chain edges. It has passed through that. If you plot a graph for these details, you will get the graph like this. So this is the profile of the natural ground and this should be the road. Okay. So this is cutting. This whole thing is cutting. No filling is there. So you can observe there is only filling, no cutting. So you can use the formula. So in the formula, it is SB square plus R square into 2BD plus SB square by R square minus S square. So B value is capital B by 2, that is 4 meter, and S is equal to 1 for cutting, and R is 8. This is based on the data. Distance, you can write depth from this table and substitute these values plus this values there itself, and you will get the column, that is areas like this. Next, you have to get the mean area. This is how you have to work out. No mean depth should be calculated here. You should work out the mean area. That is area of these two. You will get the average of these two. You will get 6.72 and average of this two will get this likewise. And you have to observe wherever you start calculating the mean value, that from that point, the first row should be empty, will be empty. Next, length is 30-meter interval and you will get the quantity. This column should be with, you should write this as quantity and add this to get the total quantity. So this is the total quantity of cutting for the given problem. I hope this is clear for you. Let us see the next and the last problem of earthwork. Calculate the quantity of earthwork for the portion of hilly road from the following data. Formation width is 10 meter. Side slope in banking and cutting both are given. That means this problem is having both cutting and filling. So they have given the distances and depth of cutting and banking they have given, and the corresponding cross slope also they have given. Here they have not given the RL of ground level and formation level and rising gradient, upward gradient, all those. This is reduced directly. This step is this data they have provided directly. So we have a cross slope of the ground level, that is R values. In this problem, R value keeps increasing from 1 at every chain edge. At every chain edge, R value is changing. You can observe. For this problem, let us see how to solve. Road passes from cutting to banking between 90 and 20. There is, wherever there is a change from one point to the other point, you need to find the point where there is no filling and no cutting. That is where there is no cutting and filling, that 0 point depth, you need to find the change or the distance. If you do so, you can work out the x value as usual, distance from 0 to 90, x divided by 0.75 and 30 minus x by zero point 0.8. This is 0.75 depth at the point of uh, filling, and this is the depth at the point of cutting where there is a change. If you do this, x divided by 0.75 and 30 minus x by zero point 0.8, you will get the x value. This is very similar to the previous case. Wherever we have, if you want, I'll show the diagram. I'll show with the diagram. Here it is x, and here it is 30 minus x, and here it should be, here it is x, and here it is 30 minus x, and here the depth is 0.75, and here the depth is 0.8. So using the similar triangle concept, x divided by 0.75 and 30 minus x by 0.8, when you cross multiply and simplify, you will get this x value as 14.5. That is, here the distance is 90 plus 14.5, that is at a distance of 104.5, there is a zero depth, no cutting and filling. At this point we have zero depth. This is how you need to work out. Okay, let us continue. Mean harmonic cross slope should be find out at the 0th point. Mean harmonic means R value. R value, this formula is given by, this is the special case. Observe here, R is equal to 2 times of R1 plus R2 by R1 plus R2. Here R1 and R2 are the cross slopes at these 2 points. Observe, R1 is 8 and R2 is 12. Why we have chosen only these two? Because here at these 2 points only there is a change from cutting to filling or filling to cutting, whatever it is. So we will get the R value as 10 approximately. We'll keep this. I'll show you where to use it. Next, at 0.1, half of the road will be in cutting and 1 will be in banking. Okay, we know that we will be considering the small b as capital B by 2, that is 5 meter, and it should be 1.5 for cutting and 2 from the following data. And you can observe we are not using any other formulas as we have mentioned here. These formulas we are not at all using in this problem, even though we have both cutting and filling. You have to be careful with this. That's why I asked you to not to observe more on that. So see here, distance as usual you are going to write d value also, and see here from 90, between 90 and 120 we have 104.5 where we have zero depth. This should change, you have to make a note. Depth as usual, correspondingly you can make a note of it. And R values, this is also from the data given here. These are the R values at each and every respective chain edges, at 0, 8, at 30, 10, at 60, 12, like this. The same thing you have to work out. This 10 is, see this here, harmonic slope, mean harmonic slope, whatever we got, that 10 you have to put it here. Okay, now cutting, okay, we'll see. Now this column should be area of the section, that is same formula. When there is full cutting and full banking, whatever the formula we have learned, sd square plus r square into 2bd plus sd square by r square minus s square, same formula we are going to use. And next is mean area column, L column, and quantity. Since we have both cutting and filling, you have to split this. So you can use, since the first point is cutting, use this S value as 1.5, D as 5, and R corresponding this R value, and depth this depth you can directly use S value and all the data we have, so you can substitute it here. Up to 90 you can work out, and same thing holds good after 120 up to 210 also. In between this X point, that is where we have zero depth, at this point you have to split it into cutting portion and banking portion. You have to show this is the harmonic depth which we have calculated using 2R1 R2 by R1 plus R2, whatever the mean value you got, that you have to put it both in the same here. So area, here we have a new formula, make a note of it. Area is given by half of B square by R minus P. B is as usual capital B by 2. R is mean harmonic, that is this R value, and P is the slope of cutting, that is 1.5. Substitute this and simplify, you will get the area here. Similarly, for the banking portion, same formula holds good. Change is, here you have to use the P value as banking slope. Whatever the banking slope we have is value, that you have to substitute and simplify to get this value. And rest of the increments the same. To get the mean area, take the average of these two to get this value, take the average of these two to get this value, as usual. Okay, now here you have to observe, to get the mean area over here, 9.26 plus 1.7 divided by 2. Don't take the average of these two. You have to take average of these two to get here, and average of these two to get this value, and here it will be empty. Be careful. Don't take the average of these two, cutting and filling. You should not take, never. Either you have to take the average of both cutting and both filling, not cutting and banking should be taken the average, whether it may be a depth or area. So work out, and while putting the L value at this point after 90, it should be 14.5 and remaining value should be 15.5 here, and length should be here, and all the cutting volume should be here till this point, and all the banking volume should be here. Add them separately to get the total quantity of cutting and filling. So students, now we have completed the earthwork of roads. This topic is completed. You can solve more problems on earthwork of roads using other textbooks or question papers you can work out. If you have any doubt, come back, we can discuss, and we can have a Zoom class after your internals. We can discuss there whatever the doubts you have in the earthwork of roads. Please work out the problems which we have discussed here. Thank you.